Hi Jim, it's Dunfermline Athletic at Caplow on Saturday in the league. Can I get your thoughts going into the match, please?
Yeah, another really good game to look forward to. We know that Dunfermline are a side who like to take the game to the opposition. They get real attacking prowess. We obviously just played them a couple of weeks ago in the cup, and we had an outstanding result, getting through to Dunfermline and winning it. But it doesn't guarantee anything when you're in this division. We have to make sure we're up for the challenge again and try and get as close to a top level performance as we possibly can.
You mentioned there, played Dunfermline a couple of weeks ago, familiar opponents. That's something we've spoken about quite a lot over the years when you get teams in the Scottish Cup that you play in the league so often. Does that create a different dynamic when you play them again so soon?
Well, sometimes it can, because the opposition, they want to try and even up the score, and that can maybe give them a little extra incentive. They've brought in some new players over the last week or so. They've brought in, I think, 3 new players, so that might change it a little bit. We don't know yet. But from our point of view, all we can do is just try and focus on our game and try and make sure that we get the right type of performance. I think we have had really good performances and not always had good results. But the last 2 weeks in particular, or the last 2 games, we've managed to marry the performance and the results. I think we've had outstanding performances, but we've actually really good results as well. And they don't always go hand in hand, and ultimately we understand that results are what people look at and not always performance. But the last 2 weeks, and I said that the players have been at the top of their game, and you want to try and keep that going as long as you can, even though Dunfermline will make it extremely difficult for us.
You mentioned that there, you've touched on the results, 3-0 at Tandis. First win there for the club in 40 years. It's an incredible result. You must have been delighted with that. Yeah,
I know, it was an outstanding performance. You don't get too many where just about every single player plays at the very peak of their powers, and Saturday was one of them. The desire, the energy of the players, the work ethic, allied to passing the ball, being confident and scoring some outstanding goals as well. So all aspects fell into place. As I said, I'm not. Don't get too carried away with it, because we know that that's something that's hard to emulate week in, week out. The top teams do it, but teams at our level, have sometimes performances vary. But if you can get anywhere near that performance, then that should be good enough in most games to pick up points.
A couple of exceptional goals as well. Scott Tiffany, Jack Iredale, outstanding goals.
Yeah, I mean, they were terrific individual goals. I mean, but the first one was probably more pivotal for us, because it gives you the platform to go and control the game, because United then have to try and chase the game, and we can do what a lot of teams have done to us: just sit back a little bit, keep the game calm, and then look to exploit the spaces. The more they push, and we managed to do that with the other 2 goals. But overall, as I said, every department played well. But as I said, it's one you've heard me many times, Jonathan, saying it's done and dusted. You have to move on, and it's the game ahead of us which is the important one now. And Dunfermline will bring us different problems. As I said, they've got real firepower in their team. They've got physicality. They've got new players, and they've got ambitions to finish as high up the league as they possibly can. So we need to make sure we're ready for this challenge.
Since we last spoke, you brought in 2 new players, Conor, Brennan, goalkeeper, and Frank Ross from Aberdeen on loan. How have the 2 boys settled in so far, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, Conor was really vital for us to bring in a goalkeeper to compete with Gats. We didn't really have anyone since Ross went back to Celtic, and Jamie McGowan dislocated his shoulder, so that's been difficult. But Conor, absolutely delighted to have him on board. Terrific boy, he's fitted in really well. And I think he, as I said, if called upon, be very confident that he'd be a very more than capable goalkeeper. And Frank, as we mentioned, is a young player who's got terrific talent. Aberdeen think very highly of him. They only agreed for him to come here provided he signed a new contract. So that tells you they think he's got a future there. But coming here to basically do what we've done with players is to get up to speed with first team football, understand the dynamics of it and the responsibilities. The tempo, and all of those things. I think will be a fantastic education for him. But in the meantime, he's came in, he's gave us natural width. He's got a little bit frustrated because he maybe hasn't had too much of the ball. He wants to get a little bit more of the ball. But what he has done, as I said, is he's allowed maybe other players space to play. So overall, absolutely delighted with him. His attitude's been first class. and the more he gets to play with the players and the more we get to know him, I'm sure it'll be a really positive signing for us.
Yeah, there was 2 departures yesterday. Scott Miller has gone on loan to Troon till the end of the season, and Darren Barr has joined Stirling Albion.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, we know, like a lot of young players, go out on loan and get some competitive first team football, and I think that's important for him. And we'd like for it to happen to more of the players, but transfer window gives us a little bit of a problem, really. So it's something I think that the authorities can maybe look at further down the line, but that's for another day. In terms of Darren, I mean, Darren, I think he's only 32, maybe just got for 33, and I think he's got at least 3 or 4 years minimum probably football time. And I think, like all coaches, you really look back and think that's the best time playing. I'm certainly jealous that I can't, go back and play, because that's the best time as a footballer. And I think he said the experience of coming in here, absolutely terrific, great attitude, great professionalism, and we've got enough high regard for him. But going back playing, I think is the right thing for him to do. I think that you're a long time not playing, so play as long as you possibly can at the highest level you possibly can, and then at any time between now and the next 10 years, he can decide if he wants to go back into coaching or not, and to what level. I think the experience here will be invaluable for him. It'll give him, an insight into what happens and how football clubs are, what happens within football clubs. But in the meantime, he can go and enjoy playing football again. I think that's terrific, and we wish him well, and we thank him for his time.
Just any team news for the game on Saturday, Jim?
Yeah, the same squad as last week, really. Jai last week had a throat infection, a bit of tonsillitis, and really, he felt terrible before the game last week. But we put him on the bench, but thankfully we didn't need him, because I really don't think he was worth a button last week, really. I don't think he had any energy left in him at all. But to be fair to him, he wanted to be involved, but he's still struggling a little bit this week, so we'll see how he is. But everyone else who took part is available, and we've still got the injuries to Robert Thompson, Ross Forbes, Jamie McGowan and Lee Day.
Excellent, Jim. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck on Saturday.
Thanks very much.